Lawyers for Kilmar Abrego Garcia are fighting to keep him in federal custody amid concerns the U.S. could deport him again. Abrego Garcia was mistakenly sent to El Salvador in March, but was brought back to the U.S. earlier this month to face federal charges of human smuggling. Now, the case is ongoing, but his lawyers say they don't know what the government plans to do with their client. They wrote in a court filing, quote, "The government apparently has little interest in actually bringing this case to trial. Instead, it's chosen to bring Mr. Abrego back only to convict him in the court of public opinion." CBS News immigration and politics reporter Camilo Montoya-Galvez joins us now for more on this and other immigration headlines. All right, so let's start with this. Where does the case stand, and what has the Trump administration said about the possibility of deporting Abrego Garcia?
Kelly, there's a really interesting new twist in this case. As you know, Kilmar Abrego Garcia was mistakenly deported to El Salvador and only brought back to face federal charges related to what the Justice Department alleges was a scheme by him and other individuals to smuggle undocumented immigrants into the U.S. and to transport them from the Texas border to Maryland, where he lived with his U.S. citizen child and wife. But now the government was supposed to release him from federal criminal custody so ICE could pick him up and detain him pending deportation proceedings. His lawyers today, however, asked the federal judge overseeing the criminal case to delay that release from federal criminal custody because they are concerned that Mr. Abrego Garcia could be, yes, detained, but also deported to a third country. And that is really important because while the government has no legal authority to deport him to El Salvador because of that 2019 order that blocked that deportation, it does have the authority to deport him to any other country in the world. And the Justice Department prosecutors in this case indicated as much, that they will try to deport him to a third-party country if he is indeed taken into immigration custody. The lawyers have asked for his release to be delayed through July 16. We're waiting on a ruling from the judge in Nashville to see if they actually grant that request.
Okay, and that's going to be very important in that case. I also want to get your take on this. So the Trump administration is set to revoke the temporary protected status for hundreds of thousands of Haitian immigrants, migrants rather, in September. Why is the administration doing this, and what does it mean for them?
Well, we're talking about the Temporary Protected Status, or TPS program, that allows migrants from crisis-stricken countries like Haiti to stay in the U.S. and to work here and live here legally for certain periods of time. And the administration is doing this to expand the population and the pool of non-citizens and immigrants who are eligible to be deported from the country. As you know, the administration has promised to oversee the largest deportation operation in American history. We are talking about 350,000 Haitian immigrants who currently have legal status, but by September 2nd, they could lose that status, those deportation protections, and face arrest and deportation by ICE unless they have another immigration status. The Department of Homeland Security, Kelly, is warning them to self-deport because the department is saying that otherwise they will be found, arrested, and forcibly deported from the country.
While I have you here, because you are the source of knowledge of all things immigration at our network, I found this interesting. The Trump administration announced a rule to make it easier to fine undocumented immigrants. So can you break that down?
Just to level set, the administration has been taking several efforts to make life as difficult as possible for people who are in the country unlawfully, to encourage them to self-deport. They would brand it as deportation through attrition. And under U.S. law, the federal government does have the legal authority to issue monetary penalties, fines, if you will, to unauthorized immigrants if, for example, they ignore a deportation order or if they enter the country illegally. For example, if you are here illegally after being ordered deported, you could be fined $1,000 each day for the time you spend here in violation of that order, a very significant amount.
Sure.
This new regulation by the Justice Department and also the Department of Homeland Security will speed up the process and make it easier for officials to issue these fines and expand the population who could be targeted. So again, it's another effort to make life here as miserable and difficult as possible for people who are here in violation of the law, so they are self-deporting according to the administration. We'll see if it works.
Appreciate that context, Camilo. Thank you.
Of course.